you, Tavon. LaDonna, I also see you on the call. I know you're at work. Is it possible that you can introduce yourself to everyone as a parent?
Sorry, I was having trouble with the mute. Yes, this is LaDonna Jones. I am one of the parents. My son Tristan has been a member. This will be his third year.
Yay. Thank you, LaDonna. Let's see. My name is Tamisha Thomas. I am the founder of the Team to Youth Community Foundation. I'm also Cyber Bears Team Lead 1. I am excited about this year for our melanated robotics team. We were started as a grant by Marie, what's Marie's last name? Marie Hopper, who is over First North Carolina. She runs First North Carolina. She runs First for the state of North Carolina. She started our organization as where she started the Cyber Bears as a grant to create more African-American presence in First North Carolina. And so 3 teams were actually started, 1 in Raleigh, 1 in Charlotte, and 1 in Greensboro. And so we are that Raleigh chapter of cyber robotics. We were started to provide diversity in a space where a lot of kids don't look like our kids, competing to build an industrial sized robots against kids globally. And so I'm excited because last year, I think that we are the only team that I know of that is coming from the community based. Well, there are some Girl Scout teams. There are teams that are not associated with schools, but we were the first team not associated with a school to be able to compete, build a robot and get it to competition. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about what we've got coming for this season. We also have a Miss Maya on the call. Maya, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Maya. Actually, my husband Dushant is also calling in. Our son Jai, he's 13 years old. He goes to Sterling Montessori in Cary, and he is interested in joining the team.
Okay, welcome. And Mr. Dushant, and husband, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, actually, he's in the plane right now. He
Okay.
boarded, but he wanted to hear, so I'm not sure he can talk, but yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here today. Today we're going to go over some information about this year's, this season for the Cyber Bears as we prepare to move into another season. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you guys can see the agenda for today. So hold on. Okay. First of all, I want to say, I just want to kind of announce to the team that we did have Eric is not here today. He's actually one of our mentors, had a death recently in his family. His mother passed away. And so I wanted to let you guys know that I will be sending flowers to Eric. So if you, and circulating I guess a donations request, if anybody would like to help carry the cost of flowers from the Cyber Bears for Eric. They will be funeralizing his 94-year-old mother on Tuesday. She recently had a birthday and she passed on August, 13th, and her birthday was like August 8th. So we wanted to send some flowers on behalf of the team. So if anybody would like to contribute, I will be circulating something to be able to offer our condolences for the team. So I just wanted to put that out there. I would like to give a brief history and achievements of the Cyber Bear Robotics team and explain the mission, goals, and values of the team. The Cyber Bears robotics team is a program concept Okay, something happened. The TMT Youth Community Foundation. So we're carrying it under the TMT Youth Community Foundation. The primary focus of this organization is to expose and train youth of color living in vulnerable communities to STEAM careers, to prepare them for post-secondary education and entrepreneurial success in our global economy. Our organization engages youth ages 8 to 25. The Cyber Bears Robotics also receive marketing support from TMT Project Communications, another program of the TMT Youth Community Foundation. Our Cyber Bears are help. This year, our team lead too will actually come from our TMT mentees, which are college students on the campus of Shaw University. The program mission of the Cyber Bears, we are our first robotics competition, Team 8804. We were started to foster competence and enthusiasm for self-learning and growth for high school students, where they are recognized, they recognize that anything is possible. We're proudly joining first in being able to build robots. The program vision is to create a fun learning environment focused on robotics. Our vision is to inspire and expose the world of robotics to all communities. STEAM skills, hands-on learning, critical thinking, and teamwork are some of our core values that we use to achieve our outcomes. We believe the STEAM pipeline can be enriched with an intentional experiences to enhance future outcomes. We're basically training tomorrow's leaders today and exposing them to building an industrial-sized robot and being able to compete against other teams. So we just want to make a fun learning environment for our kids. Some of the things that we do within Cyber Bears is that we actually do community engagement. So not only do we build an industrial-sized robot for 6 weeks. The kickoff usually starts in January and ends about April. We compete. And if we advance and our robot is good, we actually get to fly off to Texas and compete against kids from all over the world, from China, from Africa, from Singapore. But in addition, during the off season, what we do is we raise funds for our team. We market our team. We reach out to corporations to be able to get extra funding for our team. And we actually engage other younger kids such that they are aware and have access to robotics. So we'll take the robot in different places and engage youth. And we'll get to the calendar later to let you kind of see what that looks like before we enter competition season in January this year. We also have advocacy. So this is one of our students last year. This is Representative Jeffers from, I think he's from Durham County. Our kids actually went over to the Science Museum and engaged politicians and legislators and state officials and advocated for more federal funds to be put in the budget for after-school programs. So not only do we introduce introduce this great skill set of building robots, but we also have a strong program of advocacy where our kids are fundraising and not just car washing. They're actually in front of legislators developing their speaking skills and advocacy skills on how budgets are appropriated in the state. We recently came back from Pinehurst, one of the largest golfing communities in North Carolina, where the students advocated to the tech industry and did a fundraiser there for actually having more money come into our organization first at a state level. So those are some of the things that that our organization, some of the things that we're involved in, and kind of gives you an abreast of what the kids are doing when they are a part of FIRST. I want to give you an overview of the upcoming robotics season, what to expect, and the calendar for this year. We just finished the NC Tech Association Leadership Summit. Again, that was in Pinehurst, where the kids actually advocated in front of tech companies and showed off their robot. It was a fundraiser for the statewide organization FIRST. Today, Zoom meeting is also on our calendar. Coming up September 16th is a good way to see whether or not this is something for you if you're new to the team. So before actual competition season, there is a Thor competition that will be held this year at Overhills High School. It's in Spring Lake. It wouldn't cost any interest. It wouldn't cost anything. We've already paid our registration fees. But on that particular day, you would get to simulate what it's like to be in on the competition floor. I think last year, LaDonna, you attended that. Did you attend that last year, Tavon? No, you came for kickoff. Kickoff was your first. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I went to the original launch in January with the Jaguars. So that was my first experience.
Okay, so that was the kickoff event. So the Thor event is a lot like competition. And so the kids will actually get to that high school at 7 o'clock. We load in, we bring in our robot. The drivers would meet on the field. There would be an opening at 10 o'clock. We'd have qualification matches from 10:15 to 1 o'clock. There'd be a lunch break from 1 to 1:30. There'd be qualification matches, alliance selection. So after the kids actually play, then they get to pick teams. It's almost like team captains who kind of scored pretty high during the qualification rounds. Then they get to select who is going to compete in this field game. And then they actually play for finals at 4:30. Awards are handed out at 6 o'clock. And then we leave the school at 6 p.m. And this particular event is going to give parents a good idea of what competition season is. We actually take last year's robot and we play against other teams. We get to know those teams, and this is a good opportunity to see whether or not students will be interested. It's also a good time for us to, between now and September 16th, bring in more kids to see whether or not they would like to be a part of what we've got going on for this year, for this year's season. We also have a community day scheduled for Saturday, September 23rd. It is a Chavis Community Center where we will be in the community, again, looking for more parents who may want to join us. We have the Raleigh World Summer Fest. It is also another day where we will actually set up a booth, take out the robot, and be able to look for new particular participants at that time. We do have on the calendar Infinite Scholarship Fair. Tavon, would you like to talk more about that? It's going to be held Friday, October 6th at the Emily K Center in Durham.
Absolutely. That is the event for all CyberBear builders to get out in front of universities from all over the nation. This is a really unique opportunity for our students to get partial and full ride scholarships if they're juniors and seniors on the spot based on their grades, community service, and obviously letters of recommendation from our JAGNA and the supporters that are within the community. So with these documents in hand, the students are able to get these their launching pad right there. They can get possible room and board, book stipends, and funding for college. So this is a big deal for the community, for our builders, and we got to make sure every CyberBear is in the building, especially if they're in that window, juniors and seniors. This is the purpose, the pipeline, the positive pipeline to get them out in front of the funding that they need for their higher education. So we're not just amping them up and disappearing. We're in for the long haul. So that's what the Infinite Scholars is doing, and I'm glad to be a part of both the Infinite Scholars and CyberBears, because this is all purpose yards and it's working.
Yep. I just want to say that my son actually attended the Infinite Scholars, and he wasn't a junior or senior. I got him in freshman year, which was really good because then COVID hit. And we went through the scholarship fair. We met colleges. At the time, he wanted to be an architect. I think we had A&T there, and I was so excited to see A&T. And then they told us, well, Tamisha, our architecture program isn't accredited, but now he is actually via CyberBears. He's now attending A&T right now looking to major in engineering, courtesy of the Cyber Bears, and he actually started understanding the scope of college at the Infinite Scholars Scholarship Fair his freshman year. So I want to purpose that. I think it's more than for just juniors and seniors. I think when we take them their freshman year, they'll understand coming into high school what to expect by in, and more than mom just told them, or more than dad just told them, the college recruiter told them as well. So I think it's an excellent opportunity, and thank you, Tavon, for being able to put that on our calendar. We have a film kickoff event. So we have been, I do carry cameras with us everywhere. The Team to Youth Community Foundation has another program called the Project Communications, which is run by our TMT mentees. They help with actually recording everything that the Cyber Bears are doing. And so we are creating film around this. And so we will have a kickoff event and a stronger after our registration and membership drive. We'll have parents come out and meet the Cyber Bears and see and kind of explore what they did last season through film. And that is October 14th. We have a parent-student mentor orientation on Saturday, October 1st. And so that day, all the committed students will actually come in, get an orientation, and we start to get them ready for the season. During season, we actually kick off with the MHOTEP Health and Wellness Fair, where the students actually meet members of the community and tell them that they're going into competition and get well wishes from the community. They'll also be showing off their branded materials as well, because we're going to make that part of the curriculum, being able to shop inside of our Cyber Bear store, because we want to be able to bring out a group of parents that are supporting their kids branded in our wear, because that's kind of what goes on during competition. We'll have a season wrap meeting. That's to be determined after the end of the season. And then we follow up with the Juneteenth event. That is a fundraiser for the organization. Okay, so I want to talk about our Family Advocates program. In addition to building a new website for this season, we are also having to we're also looking to launch the Family Advocate program. And the Family Advocate program is basically going to be the orientation for parents. We're asking that parents understand and be able to help us build a stronger program by helping us create a scholarship endowment fund. And so this portal will be a place where parents can go and understand how we are moving. It's going to be a centralized communication, event and management portal, a resource library, a place where we can have discussion forums, updates and reminders, and being able to overall just train the parents so that we all get on one accord on how we're moving as an organization. So we're putting this together, and as it develops, we'll have it ready so that when parents come in next year, they can actually receive training before they actually get to competition, to let them know what to expect and how we're moving for events. So that's something also too that we're developing. So there is an orientation that's coming up. We went through the calendar of events. We will use Sign Up Genius this year to be able to manage volunteers and manage how we're moving as a team. And so this link gives the parents a link so that when we go into orientation, people don't just have to hear me talk. The different parents can take different aspects of orientation and teach them about First North Carolina. We can talk about the Cyber Bears business plan. We'll talk about the departments in which the kids will be operating, the key performance indicator of how we want the robot to move. We'll talk about safety. We do operate with machinery, drills, saws. So it's very important that when these kids come into the space of building a robot, they are serious in their mindset and understand that this is not a place for horseplay. And so we want to make sure that safety at all times, that they're wearing goggles, and that we're not sending home a child without a finger or a toe because there's horseplay. So we'll talk about that. We'll give a timeline and firm up the timeline more fervently around what competition season looks like, and we'll have a parent to discuss that. The fundraising, the community outreach, and a self-perception survey that the kids will fill out after they come in and out of each session, which helps us get ready for grants. That's now connected to the website. And so the parents can, during orientation, go over what that looks like, and a video journal when the kids leave every week after, or every time after a workshop. They'll talk about their experience a little bit like they did last year with the mentees. And so this is the framework for how we are going to be able to conduct that orientation, and we would need parents to sign up for how they plan to participate in that particular event. We did have a fish fry last year. We did pull together a sign up genius that helps us organize that event better during Juneteenth. And so last year, I think that Eric just donated $500 for the whole fish fry. And so I was then able to see what we purchased, so that we could break it up so that it wouldn't be one parent purchasing or one mentor giving one lump sum of $500. It could be different parents volunteering to select different things, so that when we go into Juneteenth again, it's not all on one person. I did refund Eric $450 of his dollars back, because I thought it was a bit much for for us to be able to take such a large sum from one of our mentees. So he ended up, after we fried the fish and we kind of broke even on the fish fry, we gave him back the money that he invested, just because we wanted to be able to make it more equitable coming from the parents, and be able to make money from the fish fry versus all the money going into buying the items. And we do still have some of those items left. So the next time we were to go into this particular fundraiser, we wouldn't have to start from scratch. Any questions? I'm covering a lot of information. I kind of want to get through on time. Everybody receiving the information good? Okay.
Yes, my point.
So last year, because we really didn't have a person over the funds for the fish fry, I can kind of tell you that we kind of broke even. We actually kind of lost some money because Mona ended up spending $1,000 out of her pocket for the cost of the musician. And as we develop, I think we're going to develop a steering committee for that event next year, because that is a huge event. And I think we need more than just parents and myself. I think we need more of a steering committee to help us pull that Juneteenth event together. We'll discuss that, but I think we need to tweak that a little bit more. One of the things that did come out of the Juneteenth last year was that SAS did come out and buy some of our fish. So my mom, she spearheaded that fish fry. So SAS got so interested in what we were doing, they requested that we submit a grant. And so here is that grant submission that will go out tomorrow. And so I'll put a copy of kind of what we were asking into the folder so that you guys can kind of see what I'm asking for when it comes down to grants. It defined the mission of the TMT Youth Community Foundation. It defined the problem in that there weren't many melanated students going into the STEM pipeline. It gave a scope of the program. It gave the outcomes of the program. You guys can go back and take a look at it if you want to. The link is there. And it also broke down what the budget would be. Our numbers for the budget have been coming from some information that I got from other teams, but those teams are usually supported by schools. So whereas they were giving me numbers of about $40,000, when I ran the numbers at $104,904 for the cost of this program if we were to run it with 3 staff paid positions, which would include a site coordinator and 2 mentee positions. And also carrying the cost of an office space because the robot right now is being housed at is being housed at LaDonna's house. And so if you look at it, and it also covers the cost of what the outreach activities would be, which would be included in the recruitment marketing cost. It actually covers the cost of us actually being in an office space with our own computers and our own software, our own CAD software, kind of what the other schools are having access to. And so this is a proposal that's submitted to SAS. It will go out on Monday. And so those are the numbers as I calculated them in looking at it from a perspective where we were not a school. Okay, so we have $13,216.68 in the bank or in the leftover from the grant. So last year we spent $2,533.32. We did do a website. The site that you're seeing, the new site, cost us $2,750. And so we do have $13,216.68. I want to, and I talked to Maria about it, because we're having a hard time getting into the schools. We are going to use a little bit more of this money to create a marketing campaign in geofence, because we do need some more students. I would also want to hold on to as much of this money as possible. Schneider Electric is going to pay our registration fees again this year, so that's already been done. But this $13,000 can be wiped out with just two purchases. That's hotels and registration. So I'm trying to run a lean budget as possible with this money that we have until we have some more money coming in. So I will write grants this year using our fiscal sponsor, NC100. They were actually listed, and Tavon, I think I gave you that information last time because I think we were during the fish fry. Merrill is our fiscal sponsor until we reorganize ourselves. And our deal with him is that we give him 5% of any monies that come in. So that's where we are financially. We do have the TMT store. The TMT store, the cyber bearware. And so I did stock it with some stuff that the kids can buy and that the parent advocates can buy. And we will do some pop-up fundraisers with the youth when they come in. So the store has been stocked, and this is the stuff that I came up with. We part of orientation this year and pre-season work is for them to come in and stock the store with some materials themselves, so they'll know how to do this, and then for them to sell some of these materials.
That's great. That looks really good. I got people in Miami already heavily invested in supporting us, so we'll definitely share this link with them as well.
So not only do they have cyber bears, but they also have the family advocate apparel too. So, and I've got to reduce those logos, but the family advocates can also, these are family members that also want to rep the fact that they are supporting us as well. So we've got the cyber bear wear and the family and the family advocate wear, and then the kids will come in, use this program, create one or two things in themselves, and then we're ready to go with a pop-up shop fundraiser online. So the team communication channel is GroupMe. Let me go back to registration. So last year we had a big problem with parent drop off and parents wanting to just drop their kids off. So I came up with a solution, and I just said, hey, there's a registration fee, monthly $50 a month. If you want to just drop your kid off and leave, and that wouldn't be all the time because we do need some commitments from the parents, or a one-time fee of $500. And then I came up with a scholarship for those parents that didn't have or couldn't commit, that You can also apply for a scholarship, but those parents who are applying for the scholarship would not be able to drop their kids off at one visit whatsoever at all. There would be and it wouldn't have to be the same parent, but it will be a proxy. And so therefore now we have a registration fee for the Cyber Bears. A $500 fee if you wanted the camp TMT after school and you're in the program all year, because I also kind of sense that some people just wanted to just do Cyber Bears and think Cyber Bears is his own lone thing. And so if it was his own lone thing, it would be $750 just for the robotics competition team. Why is a camp TMT after school less expensive when it runs for 12 months? Is because the kids will actually be doing some fundraising that helps override the cost of that $750 fee for robotics. And so I think that this is a great way to be able to say, hey, parents, you've got to kind of be responsible for the kids in such a way to give the program value. And so I was even really thinking about doing an early bird registration for one cost and hiking up the price at a later date, because I know the hitchhikers, they pay like $900 for their kids to participate in robotics. We're not trying to price anybody out, but we're just trying to make sure that parents understand that that this is a huge commitment, that their funds have to be raised, they got to show up, and that we've got to pay for us to be able to have some paid positions within the program too. And then a part of the grant writing is when you're writing the grants, they want to know, how does the community support this? So parent support line item with the tuition helps us when we're also looking for grants. Team communication is GroupMe. So I just want to let everybody know that the team communication is GroupMe. I also send out emails, but we decided, I think last year, that GroupMe is our key. So I don't like to send information a bunch of different ways. So you'll usually get a text, email, or GroupMe. I'll update those three things as a form of our communication. Safety and travel, we don't know exactly where as of yet, the calendar has not been solidified for this coming school year for competition season. If we can save money on travel by going local again this year, I'm definitely up for that. Usually though, every year I know that Marie usually picks different sites. So hopefully Roseville will come back up again this year. Maybe Clayton will come back up again this year, and we don't have to travel. But if we do, I want parents to be prepared for that, because I don't want to, and I won't pull that money from the budget. So be prepared to be able to pay for travel cost and hotel accommodations if we have to go somewhere for 2 days for competition season. And usually those 2 days are within a month's time. So I just want to make parents aware of that as well. So are there any questions from what you guys have seen so far? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the chat the website, so that if you would like to register for the upcoming season, you can do so. And make sure that I put it in there.
Hi, sorry, I'm Ajay.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, I missed the opportunity to ask question. I just want to start saying that I'm really impressed how much you put organization, structure, and thought into this team. And I can see that, like, really the parents go above and beyond. So this is a really high energetic and structured team. So I'm definitely sharing my experience. And I want to ask you on eligibility, because I do see that the scope of the team members, like who is eligible to be part of the team, like students of color. And I'm trying to figure out, are we eligible or not? Because we do have some, but not too much.
Oh, no, ma'am. You have enough color, and yes, ma'am, you are welcome to the team. What we do is we do have, when I teach the kids, I don't teach them that Christopher Columbus discovered America. I teach them that Africa was the center of so much greatness. And the reason I do that is because African-American children are not really exposed to their history. And so I bring a big history love of Black history to the program. And I have to elevate these kids that we're working with, because some of the stuff that we teach, they've never heard it. So the Imhotep Black and Wellness Fair is us celebrating one of the chief architects in Africa that these kids don't hear about. And so we're exploring African history, which is everyone's history. We want everyone to be proud of this African history, but we definitely want to be able to expose this history to African-American kids because they're lost without it. And yes, ma'am, you are so very welcome to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to ask you, like, about the mentorship. Like you mentioned that parents mentor. So do they guide the children on how to build the robot, or do the children troubleshoot themselves? Like, I want to learn a little bit more on that setup.
Tavon, would you like to answer that question, what you experienced last year?
Absolutely, Maya. So you're going to have Jegna on the scene with the students, providing hands-on expertise on how to use the power tools. We're going to teach the kids about Java. We're going to teach the kids about safety. They're going to learn about PPE, the proper, safety glasses, making sure that they have masks and they understand, the risk assessments going into every activity. So they will be guided along this journey. So they're not going to be left alone.
Oh, great. Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you.
And we also have, first is really big. LaDonna, would you like to say anything about that as well? Your experience and what you witnessed with Tristan and the 2 seasons that you've been on the team?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, they will have an opportunity to work through things on their own, as far as, like you said, troubleshooting, because we do want them to have their thinking caps on and, come up with their own ideas, like the design of the robot, the students come up with on their own. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to, thrive and to be successful intellectually, and I do appreciate that. But there is guidance as well, like Tavon was saying. There's supervision, but they do have the opportunity to express opinions and things that that they think would be beneficial. They have opportunities for trial and error, because that's how you learn. It's actually a great program.
Okay, so I'm happy and excited that everyone could be on the call. I probably need to make some phone calls for the next meeting. So I'll probably have another Zoom call before the 16th of September, and maybe give a phone call to some of the other parents that signed up to experience us. If you're interested and would like to participate in Thor, do so by September. You can bring your child on September 16th and join our next call, because we will probably firm up some of the details that's needed for Thor before that event takes place. And remember the registration. Go ahead, and if you're interested in being a part of the team or going to Thor, use the registration form so that we'll have your contact information so that you can be contacted in the next meeting. Tavon, would you like to say anything before we close out?
No, that's it. Guys, just look forward to definite buy-in from these Fortune 500 companies because, again, they see the history of what we've done. They're very vested in the lives of our students. Companies like SAS, IBM, we'll bring them all to the table. They'll have Jegna that can actually come out and meet with the students to provide key insight to help us get to the next level. So I'm very excited about what's coming for the kids. So just stay connected, stay in the loop, ask questions, and yeah, just continue to lift up the kids in prayer. Not kids, these young adults in prayer, so we can get to the next level. I'm super excited. And thank you to the parents that are that have been sticking by this. This is a huge endeavor, and like I said, we got so much to look forward to. Very proud of all the parents, the commitment, and yeah, let's just continue to make some noise, guys. This is amazing.
LaDonna, do you have any closing words?
Sorry, I do not.
Okay. Miss Maya, is it Miss Maya?
Maya, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Tanisha, can I ask my question again? I think I may not have been clear, and sorry, I'm in the headphones. So, do children need to be African American heritage to be eligible to participate?
No, ma'am. They don't.
Okay, I just want to confirm. Okay.
No,
Because
ma'am,
my
they
husband
don't.
is from India and I'm from Uzbekistan, so we have quite diverse family, and but yeah, so this is what we are. But
No,
my son, he's a very he wants to be engineer. I think that's what he is, and he's very
well, this is definitely the program that can make him an engineer. My son wanted to be an architect. He didn't think anything about engineering, but after this program, year 2, he was like, okay. And it was a process for him, but now he's actually at A&T about to major in engineering. So this program made him an engineer, and now he's going to the #1 HBCU that produces engineers, and it's all because of this program. So this would be a great place for him to learn and grow, and I'm quite sure he'd love it.
Thank you for sharing, and thanks for confirming that we are eligible. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you are eligible. Yes, ma'am, you're eligible.
Thank you.
Now there's a Miss Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, you've been listening. Did you have any questions?
I thought it was phenomenal. I just have one quick question. Do you want to partner with schools, or you don't want to partner with schools? Is the whole effort to do this solo?
No. We would love to partner with schools. We would love to get into a school. What school do you have for us, and when can we be there?
So I already spoke to Tavon about the school. He has the contact, so he's gonna give him a call.
Okay. Yes. So we would love to be in schools. They just kind of started us independent of a school. And so we would love to have schools. We love to take the robot to school. We would love to drive the robot in the school. So yes, ma'am, we're very open to partnering with schools.
So we'll touch base on that aside the call. Yep. And thank you, Kelly.
Okay, without further ado, I'd like to thank everybody for being on the call today. And if there are no further questions, you guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon and getting those kids. I know I'm getting my daughter ready for the first day of school tomorrow. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tavon, I don't